No, I want it to go live now. Ugh. What time is it? Is it doing it? It might cut in and then cut out. It's doing it. It's doing it. I'll leave it at the same time. Oh my god, I'm gonna break my tube. Holy cow. Hold on, what's going on? We gotta mute this. I'm totally screwing around with stuff, so people have to tell me what this sounds like. Is anybody there? Am I talking to myself? Confounded latency. How am I supposed to text with this kind of setup, man? I'm limited. If anybody's out there and you can hear me, just tell me if there's an echo, because I have my live feed going in one stream, and then muted on another tab is my civilian account, my first account that I've had since like 2007, when the tubes first came out. I should have started something back then, huh? I think I'm the only one watching. It says one watching. I think I'm the only one. Alright, I'm just gonna go on with my talk, and then whatever happens, happens. Alright, my name's Marge. I'm a Hale empath. Tech support for 5D and above. Also, if you're having tech issues, you just go ahead and let me know. Leave a comment in the box below, and I'll be able to help you sort that out. And cooperation is nature's way, yeah? I did a little doodle this morning. Boop. There's my little doodle. That's me with my little headphones on wonky. It's like I'm identical like that. The lady at Walgreens said that. She's like, I always know it's you with your offset headphones. I can't remember her name. It seems like I've looked at her name and I said her name, because especially when I frequent a place, I'll get to know their name and tell them my name, because I don't wear a name badge. It's not fair. I always thought that's not fair. You know, I say hi, because you address people by their name. It's why you have names, you know? Not hey you. People just forgot manners, and they're remembering them slowly but surely. But first, they're going to have to be reminded of them. And some people that forgot them, well, they're going to be blasted with recognition and memory. Because because kids of all ages, adults, you know, you got used to talking to people however you kind of want on social media and on interwebs and stuff like that. And then, so now everybody's feeling the energy, the cosmic energy, and their astrology, and everybody's fired up because Mars is in Aries, or Aries is in Mars, and so everyone's all fired up. So they're gonna take that out into their everyday world, and they're gonna freaking expand on that. They're gonna have some sort of spark, and like they're gonna pop off to somebody, and somebody's ain't gonna play back, and they're gonna learn a lesson. Oh, you don't talk to that people that way. Oh, you don't do that. You know, people, there's a whole percentage of the population of this earth, by frequential vibration of people that have the thought process that you can just go around, do whatever you want, treat people like trash and like they're holes and penis pockets, and, you know, and all this chasing sensation and nasty, pervy, dirty stuff, you know, for their advantage. And there's a karma tied to that, and people can act however they want. They can, you know, you can do whatever you want. Your life is your path, and your lessons. You signed up before everything was set out at the table. You pick and choose every life experience that you were going to have in this incarnation. I picked what nasty stuff happened to me when I was a kid. Well, not like verbatim, but it's just like, you know, these things are going to be in your charts. You know, you want to really do it up like this, Marjo, and you know me, I go full board. So yeah, if I'm going to do it up, and if I'm going to do poverty, I'm going to do a poverty and live like living in a light bright. You know what I mean? You know, because I don't have poverty consciousness. I don't. Other people say I do. All the money in the world is coming at me, man. A big old wave of abundance, because money is energy and cooperation is nature's way. And people are starting to freaking send me money in my PayPal because they appreciate the things that I have to offer here in my tube. And hey, unless I, go through some transcendental state and I don't reincarnate it back, if I don't wake up in the morning and God willing the creek don't rise, I got plenty of content, man. That's all I do is I just fly around the ethers, my spirit, and I tap into ideas and I listen to other people's perspectives and I expand on their ideas. I call this talk Many a Truth, Only 16. That was the song that was just on. Only 16. Sam Cooke is my favorite, but it's weird how the present of what's going on today can ruin shit that I've loved for, it just puts a taint on it, puts a darkness on it. I'm not going to let them take all my love for it, but it just makes you think of things different because of all the pervy stuff, and I was always a prude because I had the pervy stuff happen to me, so I kind of no, I don't want to do that. That, I believe that intimacy, physical intimacy is a very sacred thing. I think it can be a lot of fun. I think it could be rowdy. I think a lot of things about intimacy. I'm getting embarrassed just thinking about it. It's also very sacred. I believe it's between two people. I don't like spreading it around like I'm like a 7 tradition basket or nothing like that, And then the people I'm very few people I'm attracted to in life. Very few and far between. Some people are like, yeah, I'll try it out. You're cute, I'm cute. We're cute. We're cute. We hit it off together. We get along. We'll try it out. But then the spark just, yeah. Or the spark is just so freaking fury, but the cognitive dissonance, the rest of the stuff, I had a karmic relationship with a Taurus female on and off. And there'd be years, chunks of time in between for 18 months, 2 years, we would be in the same rooms, have to shake hands, act cordial, but it was a love-hate thing, and so many people experience that, and that's what we're seeing in the world, is because the frequency of love and hate is very, very similar. It's the same frequency. It's the heart space of the person that holds it, the contents. They're the ones that designate which lane it goes into. That's why we're seeing all these crimes of passion. People just, people taking people out because they can't imagine their lives with or without it, because they have one idea of how life should be. And everyone right now in the world that has one idea of how the earth is and should be is going to have a really hard time right now. You got to really, now of all the time, I've been talking for years about how important it is to not land on one outcome of an idea of anything, and just understand and realize that all things are possible in this universe. All things. The aliens are here. They ain't never left, It's the people that are allowing themselves to rid themselves of the density of fear, and to realize when they're here and they visit and they're here to help. They're not here to hinder, and the fear that people have is just like Goldilocks and the just right porridge. You're telling yourself what's just right. Some of us just realize that we don't get everything in life that we just want just right, so we always seem to figure out how to make the best out of whatever situation we get. So many a truths are said and just. That's what I called the little talky talk today. I looked it up this morning. I don't understand what that's about. Stand by. I looked it up, and I thought I took screenshots of it, but I didn't. Also, hopefully my window's still open. There it is. I looked it up, and this is, and if you get Google or Go.go or whatever search browser engine you use, number 9, it don't matter. You're gonna come up with lists of different. Everybody's gonna have different resources because everybody's living on a different planet. So this is according to phrase.org UK. A literal meaning that the truth is often found in comic utterances. What's the origin of the phrase, many a truth is spoken in jest? The first author to express this in history was probably, see, how's anybody gonna know? There ain't no computers, there ain't no, ain't nobody scanning every book that ever existed in, because people are too lazy and data is too redundant, and that just would never happen. So how do we know? All the thoughts and words and everything I express has always been has been thought by somebody else. That's why people have big YouTube channels and stuff, because it's a bunch of people thinking the same stuff. It's a bunch of people that see, that's why my tube is so tiny, because not a lot of people stand in the integrity with me like I do. And I have example after example, and not just me, but other people have examples that I don't even think are examples of integrity. But when people that I used to work with have told me things like, Marge, I use your examples of taking responsibility for yourself and how you've done that in your life on ways on how I teach people to be an effective leader. Thank you for recognizing that, those qualities that you see in you and me, and sharing that. So, let's see. The first author to express this thought in English probably not, but probably. That's how things work. Maybe it's true, maybe it's not, but give me $1 million. That's every marketing firm in the world. He included it in The Cook's Tale in 1930. I think I'm going to start to be a reader. But yet I pray thee be not wrought for game. Don't be angry with me jesting. A man may say full sooth the truth in game and play. Shakespeare later came closer to our contemporary version of the expression in King Lear, 1605. Jesters do oft prove prophets. But it's prophets, P-R-O-P-H-E-T. Like that guy that, I don't know, that, profits, not money. See, I'm a clown, I'm a Heyoka, I'll never be rich, because everything I get, after I move, this is amended, because I got a mission, I gotta move, me and Mom gotta move, and I have a very short time, so this is, I'm taking 100% proceeds for the move. And then as soon as we get there, then I go back to 49% I keep for me and Mom, whatever contributions, and 51% I pay forward to like-minded freaks like me. Tiny tubes and stuff. Just the spirit of the like the people that I've been tracking for a few years and that I've come in alignment with, and I appreciate what they do. Other people are talking where we go one, we go all. That's just a different twisted version of my collective consciousness thinking that is, my hand's itching, I wonder if that means money just came in. Ding. We're all connected. We're all energetically connected. Everybody's, so when one person's sad and mad, then everybody can, So let's get more than 51% of the population to raise their vibe, and then everything will change. Like boom, like boom, like boom, like boom. None of this back and forth, man. That's the jig is up with freaking politics. It's a circle of greed, and they've been pumping pumping millions in an ideology of of just nonsense, and everybody's like, dude, helicopters are getting shot out of the sky, or shot at in freaking Virginia and shit, you know, because people are pissed, because it's like, why do you guys get $1 million to freaking fly around and play to talk about security when you made up the threat? Tucker verified that with his freaking deviated septum. Many a truth is said and just. See, because people my whole life have said that, have just said the meanest things at me, and I'm an empath. I look right at their eyes. I know what and who they are and who they aren't. Ever since I was a little girl, so they say these things, and then at the end they go, "Haha, I was just kidding." And then I think about all the gross stuff that people put in their face year after year after year on TV and stuff. Like, I go over to people's houses and the stuff they'd want, I just go outside and play. I just go outside and play. You know, I'd go and I'd always come across these full spectrum, because I just attract, because I don't discriminate with people. I just hang out with them, you know, and then until they do something, and I'm like, we don't really need to hang out no more, you know. People, I mean, so I've seen snuff films when I was 15 years old, you know, and then people watch, and then so I know that they exist, and then plus all the abuse and stuff I saw, so I knew how stuff was in real life. And then I'd go to movies with people, and I just want to see lighthearted comedies and movies like Robin Williams' Toys and stuff like that, you know. One of my favorite movies ever of all time. He's in a lot of my favorite movies. That's why I got this for him. From Popeye. He's in one of the first. I was like 2 years old when I first saw that movie. 3. Life ain't all love and light, kids. There's a lot of darkness, you know, and I just hang out with people and see what they're about. And sometimes people are about freaking shady, nasty, freaking pervy, evil, wicked, gross. People mutilating, eat stuff. It's what they're into. It's what they're into, man. I'm not into it. That's why, and when people recognize it and they see that I freaking blast out darkness, then they scurry like little earwigs and little cockroaches. They don't want to, you know. You know. The light is here to blast out the dark, you know. You know, and all the media, all the TV, like, I quit watching Saturday Night Live years ago. I just wasn't in the alignment with it, you know. The writers, the heart space behind the people, Lauren Michael, his control paradigm, what he's all about. And I remember I looked it up not too long ago, make sure it's on YouTube and stuff like that. And it's not only the stories that they portray and say it's funny and we're just acting and all that stuff that people are finding out with the quickness that is relevant and very active lifestyle for many people in high positions of authority that we're going to be finding out, and we find out every single day. I mean, it's insane, you know. Just don't let it freaking bum you out too bad when people that you really like thought were cool and you love their music, and you know they're sitting at the altar taking that freaking blood, man. Because if the representation is good, you know, there's always the extremists in every group. So if the representation of something good, you know, you have the extremists that are really doing it. And all the stories, you know, and I've known about freaking Lost Lanes, because that was the place in Reading where the Satanists went. Lost Lanes in Reading. Stained rocks and stuff like that. Right down below from where the Masonic temple set. You know? It's like all this, you know, they say, and then they live their lifestyle like that, and then they say, no, that's their defense. That stuff is in the movies. But they put themselves in the movies. I watched all this symbolism, this chick did all this symbolism with the Raiders of the Lost Ark, and, you know, it all adds up. It all adds up. It all adds up. Oh, it all adds up. And these creepy creepertons, you know, they just have been doing it and lurking in the darkness, and, you know, and then they have kids and grandkids, and then it's just like, well, you still do, yeah, and even if they're not doing that stuff, you know, it's like, you never repented for the stuff that you did. You don't, and people don't just get to, I mean, yeah, you can, like, act different and not do those behaviors anymore, but if you have some really ghoulish shit, you gotta freaking, you gotta pay for that. You got to pay for that. People got to pay. And I just keep I see all these videos with people putting up nooses in the street and stuff like that, and I'm just like, man, it's gonna be a lot different than the Salem witch trials from before. It's gonna be like the colonists and stuff, and it's gonna be us spiritual practitioners going, we're gonna be like an impasse going, we'll be the judge and jury going, no, he don't feel like he's sorry. I'm pretty sure given the opportunity, he'd probably do it again next full moon. Stuff like that. I mean, the darkness is coming to light. It's not light. The dark get all wonderful and evil. No, it's the light goes into the darkness, says this is what it is, and people act these ways because they're hurt and they're broke, and you got to heal those hurts. It's not fun work. It's freaking disgusting, but somebody's got to do it. We're heading back to the that's that. I was gonna finish up on that. The stuff that it was the last time I watched Saturday Night Live. I couldn't believe that I was watching this on TV, and it was The Rock, Dwayne, whatever his name. He's a father, you know. And I wonder if he lays in bed at night and he thinks about how he took money to portray a role, you know, because they just take money. Because if you don't got no your soul and you're all ego and you're all just need money and property, you got to take care of this. But taking care of this means buying fucking shit. And in order to do that, you got to do stuff like do skits about a robot that the child molesting robot. Yeah. Yeah. You can tell he's uncomfortable. He can not really get through, you know, like saying it, you know. I mean, but who would think of that? You know, why aren't we thinking about why aren't we looking at the writers that are writing the content and asking them, why are you writing about, where would you get that? And is that entertaining? Whose demographic are you appealing to? These are all considerations that really need to be, you know. I'm kind of over politics. I tune out every election year. It's a circle of greed. They live and exist to create cognitive dissidence, and I really appreciate DT for showing up and showing out. See, because he knows who the scumbags are, because he's been a scumbag. And to my, you know, I know he's been disrespectful to women. It's weird how he talks about there's placement. We have like the same placements a lot in our astrology chart. I can't talk too much shit about someone that I'm so much alike. It's really self-deprecating. So I try and embrace the qualities and in recognition of and appreciate the qualities in him that I do respect. And he, you know, ever since I was a little girl and watched shows like Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous, I mean, his wild hair has been flopping all over freaking media. You know, he's a businessman. He's a real estate agent. My grandma was for 40 years. I know exactly how real estate agents are. The marketer, the shaker, the deal. You know, it's not always a fair deal. Blah, blah, blah. I just, you know, it's people either live from spirit or ego, and he's always lived from ego, and I think he's trying to do right by a lot of shit that he's done, and he ain't he ain't on the flight logs, you know. And I've talked to people that I don't like plenty of times at parties and things like that. It doesn't mean that I'm going to keep hanging out with them and going where they go and do what they do, and I'm going to call them and I'm going to try and get in their inbox and I'm going to try and no, it's not like that. There's people, high vibers and no vibers know that they don't mix. Because there's some people, I mean, I will straight up like act freaking fucking cold as ice to, because I know that they are straight up evil, and I don't care if everybody in the room loves, and I'll say it. I don't like you. I know what you are. You might have everyone else fooled, But just know that I'm always the one person in the room that you can't fool, and people try and fool me all the time. I can be fooled because, you know what, let me reiterate that. I can be fooled because I want to believe that all of the goodness is people is all that is there. Because I forget about the shadow aspects. Because a lot of shadow aspects I just straight up don't have in me. So there's a lot of things that I can imagine doing, but there's a lot of things I cannot imagine doing. And then I come across people that they have actually told me they've done this shit. And then I'm just like, you ain't somebody I want to know. Because if you're going to do that to somebody else, I don't know what you're going to do to me. I am very selective of who I hang out with. But I really want to hang out with people. It's so hard. I just want to hang out with friends. And like, I was thinking today, like today's the kind of day, hey, call up a buddy. Hey, want to go down by the river? And I'd make a freaking, I'd freaking snack it up because it's all about snacks and, the whole experience. You make an event of it, Hang out down by the river for about an hour, come home. About 20-minute drive, a couple hours. Get some sun, splash around, take some pictures, laugh. Hey, we talk about this, things that happened before, things that are happening now, things you want to see happen in the future. Okay, let's go home, reconvene another time. Stuff like that. I don't know why I can't find other people who want to do that with me. Like in real life. It's so weird. And I go out and I give my business card out to people, and one lady called, but I don't want to hang out with her. So many a truth and said and just. I was just kidding. See, in the history of where my humor comes from is you don't make fun of people, and you don't lie. You don't lie. You just don't lie. So even when you're cracking jokes and like talking about people, you just don't say things that are true. Where am I at on time? Feelings are autonomous. Oh, I was looking at codes. Beep, beep, beep. Beep, 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 beep. When I was a little kid, I just took in everything codes. I wanted to learn everything. So it was like everything Morse code, because we'd go down to the piers in Morro Bay, and I'd be like, the fishermen would teach me about fish and making knots and just I just wanted input data, and I'd receive so much, and then I'd want to do it, and then it'd be like, oh, all right, Marge, you need to take a nap or go eat a snack. I'm not of this earth. I'm not. I don't even have any earth in my chart. I think a lot of people like that. I think that's a tell. I think when you don't have earth placements like that, I know you have, I know how it works, so we all get a taste of how it feels, but some of us, like, I don't have, not a lot, so I'm more freaking dreamy. I'm in the ethers. I'm always thinking. I'm always imagining. I'm always dreaming. It doesn't stop. I'm always receiving data, and everybody else is tuning up. The thing is I take time during the day. At night, I call night sleeping my night shift. At nighttime is the time that I regenerate my cells and heal my body and things like that. And then my spirit goes out and ventures out in dreamland, which is your spirit in higher dimensions, higher perspectives. It's all your life. It's all your experience. It's just your experience. You jumping into a library of freaking checking out something that you did in a previous incarnate, or maybe one you're gonna do in a future. Yeah, time ain't freaking linear, man. I love shows that help people open their minds, because I'm just like, this is all stuff that I've always believed, and then I see a show and I'm like, other people are starting to believe it too. There's my confirmation. It's just all confirmation, verification. Thank you for verifying. Thank you for verifying. Codes are very important, and other people are figuring that out right now. I've been collecting codes my whole life. I'm constantly paying attention to That's why I meditate. That's why I take time during the day and meditate. Stay an hour, hour and a half, as long as I can. I'll go 2 hours if I can. I'll like meditate for an hour. If I have to get up, feed the dogs, get mom a snack, do whatever, go down for another hour. Because once you start to, it's like a switch. You can drop, boom, into that space. I can do it anywhere I go. If I remember to. Sometimes I get so grounded in 3D, I get so caught up in the present moment. That's why I breathe. Don't forget to breathe, Marge. So, I was reminded of a couple of songs this morning that were pretty cool. I downloaded. That's what my treats are. It's like $1.29 here and there. Oh yeah, I love this song. Return to Innocence, Enigma. Do yourself a favor. I think it's funny that Phil Collins, Heat of the Night, is making a comeback. Boom, 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 boom. Because kids don't know music because the parents failed. Parents failed all over the place, guys. I know it's not your freaking everybody's fault. I mean, there's so much wonderful, beautiful music out there. I don't have kids, so I tell my nieces about it. You know, this is just a library of, like a journal for them, you know. One of them I was talking to because she likes Vans. She's like, I love Vans. I'm like, she's like, I have a couple pair. I'm like, I got 60. How come Vans never? I've been wearing Vans since I was a 12-year-old girl. The first pair of Vans I had, they were black. They're the old school, the lace-ups, not the slip-ons. And then the heel and toe on each one were different colors, and then on each shoe. So there were 4 different colors, and they were all Dayglow. Like Dayglow green, pink on the heel of one, and then Dayglow orange and blue on the other, heel, toe on the other. I've always just loved bright. I've always been a clown. I've always wore bright color. I wear bow ties and dress shirts and freaking tactical pants. You know, I'm up for whatever. I know you don't know what's gonna show up, so you got to dress for all occasions. You know, don't know if I'm gonna head to the opera today or go down and freaking go fishing at a stream. You know. Oh, Oregon's opening it up, so you can go. Everyone can go fishing. Go fishing for. Everybody should be able to fish whenever they fucking want for free. Nobody does it enough. You know. The people that do it, they know they're respectful enough to do it. It's the ones that you trophy hunters, you egomaniacal, you ones that are buying up all the land and keeping all the lakes for yourself and just letting your buddies coming in on long weekends. That's the shit that's fucked up. And that's what the whole world is. It's all membership required. It's all paid membership. You can't go nowhere or do nothing unless you're got a gazillion dollars or freaking gonna freaking suck somebody, or it's all freaking seedy games. It's just like, hey, can I go over there and play? Nope. Why? Because the powers and authority vested in me, by me, designate that even there's no fence or borders or boundaries, that area is mine. And I'm talking like, Federal Reserves, lands and shit like that. I'm not talking people in their houses in their backyard. I'm talking the freaking government that has been hogging all the shit for years and years and years and years. Why can't we just go wherever we want? Because we can. Because we're about to. Burdens are hard for a lot of people's souls right now. So much. Hi, Jody. Hi, Iron Rider. Yeah, I kick it old school. So that was cool that my niece and I got to, and then I told her, I was like, she asked, how old is your oldest pair? I said, 20 years. They're all cracked at the bottom. I think my red ones I actually threw away because they were all cracked, and they were basically, when rubber gets hard like that, some rubber, it's like very slippery and it's very hazardous, and Vans can actually be very quite dangerous. I've never been a skater because I have bad ankles. Maybe I should try now. I fucking hate falling down. Nah, I hate falling down. They're just like, don't fall down, Marge. I'm like, no, I do try. No, I don't think I. I think I missed that. I used to try. Well, because the stuff I did was so stupid to discourage me. I'd go down like a hill in the Harry's parking lot. Now it's the Black Bear Diner, I think. I don't know if it's even still open. It used to be Harry's, Harrys. I always wanted to tape or tear. It was like it had decal on it, and I always wanted to tape the arm off the R's to change the name to Happy's. And I was so torn because I thought it would be so funny, but then I was breaking somebody else's property, and so I never did it because it's bad karma. You can't break other people's shit. You know, they have that for a reason, and that's how they want it. And for me to come on and impose my will is just fucking gross. You know, and that's and people forgot how to treat people, and that's what we're having in the whole collective consciousness. People that just go around, oh, I think that would be funny to make it Happy's. Toot toot. You know. But you know what? And now instead, I could go in and I could talk to the restaurant owner and just tell him how I wanted to do that. Like, or I think it would be funny. You know, that's the thing. You can talk about stuff, but people have got out of hand with their ego and they just started doing really weird shit. And for fucking dude, it is August, January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August. So 8 months, the world has pretty much been shut down. It has been for me for 3 years, but things always happen to me first, and then the rest of the world kind of catches up. So, you know, things have to happen to me so I can help the world to cope. Oh, yeah. This is what you do. You know, or not this is what you do. This is what I did. And if I'm all in alignment with you, it might work for you. That's a better way to say it. I'm not here to tell nobody to do fucking nothing. I'm all about free thinking. I want people to think for themselves. Don't take my word for it. Take my recommendations and then go look up my stuff and go down your own anthole. Don't just take my word for. I'm not a big old liar. I ain't saying I don't lie, but I'm a big old liar. I don't lie about stuff here. It's bad karma. You know, I'm a terrible liar. I'm such a bad liar. Terrible liar. Bad liar. Don't drink the Kool-Aid, got grounded again. But fuck, man. Their second channel is almost at 6,000. And that's been going on. I mean, like, their other one that keep getting grounded because their freaking algorithms are so jacked up. YouTube doesn't even freaking know what it's doing. Their programmers are all strung out on opioids and stuff like that. And they're like, like this content that they allow, and it's so weird. Like the stuff that I see. Why am I seeing this commercial on YouTube? It's like when I was like seeing that nastiness of The Rock. So now I can't even enjoy movies that The Rock is in anymore. You know, people just fucking wreck everything. They ruin everything with their ego. I used to think they were and he's high action. I like action movies, stuff like that, and they're kind of but now I can't even dig on him because he freaking did a skit on Saturday Night Live about a freaking child molesting freaking robot because he has to make money. It's like, when are you going to say no? At what point do you say, no, man, I ain't going to do that? That's why I don't got nothing. That's why I don't got endorsements and have people freaking knocking on my door. Hey, Marge, come work with us. Because mostly people aren't in their integrity, or they haven't been. So as soon as people start stepping in their integrity, people start seeing me. I know it's already happened. It just hasn't happened yet. I ain't worried about it. I'm going to be so busy that I'm really going to be selective about who I let in my inner circle, y'all. I always am. That's never changed. It's just I just am going to get more attention. I already know it. I already have. So. Anyway, what else? Did I say everything I was going to say? I need to go make some scrambled eggs. Return to Innocence. Go listen to that song. Enigma, man. It makes me so sad how the pervy creeps have wrecked everything. You know. But hey, things are changing and the babies are still coming. On my new feed, I just see babies all the time. And I'm just like, all these just emotions. I wanted to be a parent. I could still be a parent. I could adopt. I could, you know. I never wanted to be with I dated a woman for a few years that had a son. And I just don't want, that's not in this incarnation for me. That's not. Nope. I don't want to date I would bring a 3 into a 2, but I ain't gonna be a third party into it. No. No, I'm not doing that no more. No. And I know all about how it's different. No, I'm not doing that. I'm kind of I'm kind of I'm an Aries. I like the attention. I like the attention in my relationship. You know, and that's the thing is I have a bad picker, so I always pick people that I like to give attention to. But the girls that I like to give attention to, well, they just really like to give all of their attention to fucking everybody else. And I'm not even kidding. I like slutty girls. I do. Evidently. I mean, and it's girls that I think are just like the nice ones, you know, like, oh, she's not going to be a slut. She's going to be different because she, you know, she has this heart. Nope, she's a slut. I just like, so what does that tell me? In my heart of all hearts, I'm a slutty girl. I'm just not promiscuous. See the difference? Yeah, I'm a slutty girl. I love freaking strippers. I love freaking, you know, a lady in the streets. You know, I got the same birthday as fucking Hugh Hefner and Jenna Jameson. I mean, if there's not a lot of sexual erotic energy in there, I don't know what aspects there would be, you know. But I also am a very monogamous being. One person, one spirit. For me. I just don't know who the fuck she is yet, but I'm super excited to find out because I've been waiting a long time for her. I've been practicing a long time. I've been imagining a long time. See, dates with me aren't just going to the movie and getting popcorn. It's freaking me going out early in the morning and staging up the lights and in the tent and the food and the ambiance. And it's like, hey, let's go out in the woods, you know? Yeah, that's a date in the woods with me. That's a date with me. Or, you know, or maybe a Broadway tickets show. Well, when the world opens back up, when people freaking pull their heads out of their masks and go back to living free, you know, whatever that is, their idea of it. Yeah, or like, hey, you know, let's drive down to, you know, see a Broadway show. You know, stay the night. See if so come over, hang out with the dogs. You know, but hopefully I'll have a roommate by then, because I want people around me. I never had a big family, so I want people around me. I want communal living. You know, a couple roommates. Hey, you going to the store? Could you pick me up some? Hey, I'm going to the store. What do you need? People to buy presents for, you know. I just love buying presents for people and doing stuff for other people. That's my rule is I'll keep 49% for me and pass on 51% to other people. And all strangers, you know, it don't matter. We ain't strangers. We all connected. It's just where you at on that glass ball, man. Where are you sitting on that glass ball? Are you pointing at the sun, reflecting light? Or are you down at the bottom, reflecting shadows and shade? We all